Ready to roll record. Roll record. Roll. Ready to fade to camera 2. Ready to zoom. Fade. Zoom. Ready mic Q. Ready CGN. Mic Q. CGN.
Good evening. I'm
Ready
Gabrielle
to take
Balzell
camera
from
1
Mid-State
clean with
Magazine.
Matt's
And I'm Matt Danielowitz. Now let's take a first look at the news.
Take mic Q. Ready
Last
to pan.
Monday,
Ready
Haddad's
CGN.
West Peoria
pan.
Market finally reopened its doors.
CGN.
The anticipation for the popular locally owned grocery store and deli was so high that owner Mark Rell made a Hollywood event of it. Dressed in a suit of purple, leading a pack of personal Oompa Loompas, Rell did everything possible to make sure that everyone loved
Ready
the new
to take
location,
camera 3 clean
going
with
as far
Gabby's
as
mic.
to install a fountain spewing chocolate to go with the Willy Wonka theme. Customers feasted on free samples ranging from pizza to chips to sausage. Many patrons were relieved to have Haddad's back, saying that there weren't any other grocery stores with that Haddad's local feel.
Take my cue.
Facebook is in big trouble with the
CGN.
Federal Trade
Pan.
Commission again, for the
CGN.
same reason as usual. Facebook is settling with the FTC for unauthorized use of consumer data. Facebook may have taken some liberties with your personal information, like selling it to marketers worldwide. The unauthorized use of this information is what worries the FTC, which tries to protect consumers from having their information taken from under their noses.
Ready to take
As
camera 1
punishment,
clean with
Facebook
Matt's
must now
mic.
receive agreement from its users anytime its privacy policies change, something that to most websites may seem obvious. Facebook is also expected to comply with mandatory government audits and face fines.
Take my cue. Ready
Over
to pan.
15
Ready
years
CGN.
after the execution
pan.
of Illinois serial killer John
CGN.
Wayne Gacy, DNA evidence recovered from a newly discovered victim can confirm a new kill for the murderer. The unnamed victim was a 19-year-old construction worker
Ready
in
to
Chicago
advance.
who mysteriously disappeared in 1976. Gacy, who was executed in 1994, is still considered one of the biggest serial killers in the country's history, as well as one of the weirdest, as he was known to work part-time as Pogo the Clown at children's parties.
Advance.
A Peoria-born FBI agent is receiving 5 months in prison for the creation and usage of a false document, which led to the disappearance of over $43,000 from a drug raid. While not being
Ready to
convicted of
take
taking
camera
the money
3 clean
himself,
with Gabby's
Jerry
mic.
now is being held responsible for the money's disappearance because of his admittance to the creation of the document. After his 5 months in prison, now will do another 5 in home confinement before being reallowed into society.
Take my cue.
East Peoria is yet again looking to expand its business portfolio, this time with Target and Costco. The city would like to reinvent its downtown area to better represent the amount of growth it has seen in recent years. Just 3 months after the grand opening of the popular Bass Pro Shop, East Peoria City Council has recently agreed to accept the big business into the city. The
Ready
deal
to
calls for
pan,
more than
ready
$70 million
CGN.
in construction activity for 2012 alone and will create hundreds of new jobs for the area over the next 2 years.
Pan.
The
CGN.
Santa for Seniors program is back again to be there for seniors who might
Ready
find
to
the
take
holiday
camera
season
2
a little
clean with
lonely.
both mics.
This group of citizens will collect, wrap, and personally deliver over 10,000 Christmas gifts this year alone. The team, which consists of about 30 people of all ages, says that it is simple presents like crossword puzzles and magnifying glasses that can really make a difference for those seniors who might not receive anything otherwise. Santa for Seniors has been going on longer than most members can recall and is always welcoming new Santas to join.
Take my cue. Ready to
Every year,
roll. Take
thousands of
P1 with
turkeys are
sounds
sold
full.
for holiday feasts.
Gabriella
Camera 3
Grinnell
gets
takes us
sports.
to Yorty's farm to find out more about these delicious birds.
Roll. Take P1 sounds full.
In Morton, Illinois, lies a family farm
Ready,
that has
CGN?
provided natural turkeys for over 85 years during the holiday season.
Mike's clip.
Biggest time is Thanksgiving. We
CGN?
sell
Ready CG out.
85% of all sales is
CG out.
Thanksgiving time, and 15%
First
of the
name's
sales
Bob.
is Christmas time.
Yeah.
Most people want that fresh turkey for the traditional Thanksgiving meal.
Like most businesses, it has grown over the years, but there has been one thing that has stayed the same.
We want natural turkey from the beginning to the table.
They produce 10,000 turkeys a year, which are fed only corn, soybean meal, and vitamins to maintain the 100% wholesome turkeys.
I know exactly what I feed them all the way through. I don't buy the turkeys from somewhere else other than
Ready to
one
take
day
camera
old. So
1
I know
with
what they've
Matt's
been
mic.
fed and how they've been raised. Every batch of turkey feed that I feed those turkeys, I take a handful and eat it myself. In fact, I may be getting feathers one of these days.
Yorties strive to produce the highest quality, fresh turkeys available, and they pride themselves in customer satisfaction.
I am assured when I sell that turkey to an individual, it's the best possible
by.
turkey that they can get.
For Mid-State Magazine, I'm Gabriella Grinnell.
Take my cue. Ready to take
And now
camera
let's
3
go to
with
Brent
Brent's
with
mic.
sports.
Take my cue.
Thanks, Matt.
Ready to pan,
a
ready
Rockford
CGN.
cycling team raised
Pan.
both money and awareness to help out
CGN.
a homeless
help out the homeless in a very unorthodox way. The team hosted the second annual Tour de Frost on Saturday in Rockford. A $30 registration fee got you into the 20-mile race, and a small extra fee got your bike covered in a removable fake fur, just like the team appropriately named Team Fur Bandit. The team's bikes are fully outfitted with fake fur and created quite the spectacle.
Advance.
Detroit Lions defensive end Dominican Sue was suspended 2 games for his blatant stomp of Green Bay Packers guard Evan Smith on Thanksgiving. The act got Sue thrown out of the game in the third quarter, and further action was imminent. Sue will likely appeal the decision by the NFL as the Lions play the Saints and Vikings in the next 2 weeks.
CG out.
Detroit has struggled during the stretch since going 5-0 and 2-4 in their last 6 games. As it stands, the Lions would miss the playoffs right now, losing the tiebreakers to the Bears and Falcons. Roller derby is a contact sport involving 2 teams of 5 skaters. Roller derby is dominated by females who aren't afraid to get roughed up. The McLean County Misfits are based in Bloomington, Illinois. Their most recent bout was hosted at the Interstate Center, where the Misfit All-Stars came out on top, winning 112 to 107.
Oh, keep going.
Against the Beloit Divas. Roller derby fans are one of a kind. They love the action so much, they feel like they need to be a part of it.
Ready, sounds full, sounds full.
The best. Like the suicide seats, which are the ones on the floor, that's where I always say.
Ready, CG in, CG in. Ready, CG out.
Sometimes, or they
CG out.
kick you in the face. Like you get
ready, sounds under, ready to cue him.
It hasn't happened yet. I'm hoping for at least a black ice.
Sound under, cue. Read.
The McLean County Misfits are hosting their interlude bout Saturday, December 17th at the Interstate Center. For more information, go to McLeanCountyMisfits.org.
Take my cue.
With the NBA Owners and NBA Players Association tentatively agreeing to a deal last week, effectively ending the NBA lockout, the next issue becomes figuring out exactly how to go about remaking the proposed 66-game schedule.
Ready, CG
the current plans is for the teams to play 48 in-conference games as well as 18 out-of-conference games. The NBA lost 2 months of its regular season, but only planned to eliminate about 1 month's worth of games, which means more games will have to be fit into a smaller time frame.
Ready to take camera
the NBA
1 with
also
Matt's
plans
mic?
to push the start of the playoffs back at least 1 week. That's it for sports. Back to you, Matt.
Take my cue.
Thanks, Brett.
Ready to pan,
It's
ready
a new
CG
TV
in,
tradition
pan.
gaining in popularity where people all around the
CGN.
country gather to watch this annual spectacle. No, it's not the Super Bowl. It's a Victoria's Secret fashion show. Every year
Ready
for the
to
last
take camera
decade, the
3,
popular
clean, all
lingerie brand
mics.
has sent hundreds of models down the runway wearing their products in this highly talked about event. This year's show took place on Lexington Avenue in New York City. Millions of people crowded their TVs to see what new styles would come down the runway next.
Take my cue.
Well, Matt, did you watch it?
Ready to clip mics, ready to fade black.
I heard you talking about it earlier.
Wrap 'em up.
I've never even heard of it before.
Boys. Well, that's it for news. I'm Gabrielle Balzell.
And I'm Matt Danielowitz.
And I'm Brent Gervalis. Have a good night and join us next time.
Clip mics. Fade black.